Oslo has the highest density of football clubs in the entire Norway. And this derby hasn't been played for a long time. And now make its return in the Norwegian second division. This is also known as the Battle of Oslo. This is Lyn versus Vålerenga, also known as the Oslo Derby. Welcome to Rivalries around the world. I'm your host Budi, and we are here in Norway, also known as the country of fjords. And Oslo, the capital, is also built on a fjord. Oslo is founded by the latest Viking king Harald Hardrade in the 11th century. This amazing city has a lot to offer from museums, historic highlights, and a great nightlife.
I think, Norwegians in general are a little bit reserved, because of the weather, and I think we are people that it takes a little bit time to get into us, but we're pretty kind and generous people when you come close to us, if you know what I mean.
It's a vibrant city and a lot of things going on there, so I really enjoy being here in the city where I'm born and raised.
The Norwegian capital has also a rich sports history, from winter sports like skiing and hockey to handball and of course football. Vålerenga Football, or Vålerenga IF, has been founded on July 27, 1913, where in the area of Vålerenga here in Oslo has been founded by a group of teenage factory workers. The club recruited supporters and players from the working class.
Well, I've been a supporter of Vålerenga for almost 30 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's the biggest club in Oslo. And the club in Oslo which have been in the elite division. And I'm also from Oslo, so it's natural for me to support Vålerenga.
Founded in 1913, and after that we've been the best club in Oslo.
The club's nicknames are Enga, Boheme and Kongeblå, or Royal Blues. Klanen, translated into the clan, is the biggest independent supporters club in Norway with over 10,000 members.
A lot of supporters, a lot of passion. It's the club with definitely the most passion in Oslo.
Vålerenga club colours can be tracked back to 1914, where the club bought cheaply the kits from the Norwegian State Railways.
Vålerenga is very blue collar. It's about the different social classes. It's a battle between them. It makes it great.
The club won the Elite Syrian 5 times and the Norwegian Cup 4 times. Since 2002 they are a solid Elite Syrian team. They're performing really well in the Norwegian higher division. Last year in 2023 the club relegated to the second division through a playoff. Lyn Football Club, or Lyn 1896 Football Club, has been founded in March 1896 as a part of the ski and sport branch football club Lyn.
It started to follow Lyn. It was that my father used to play for the juniors before I was born. So he took me to my first match when I was like 8 or 9. So since then I've been like a Lyn supporter. And that's been like 35 years now.
I kind of grew up with it. The two teams, West and East, in 17, we started really going to all the games, being supporters. And then, of course, the whole thing went bankrupt in 2010. So we started following the team, following all these random games.
The club colours are red, white and some accents of blue. The club's colours are based on the badge, what has been based on the Old Norse heraldic coat of arms.
One of the main things is that they were the founders of the Norwegian Football Association. They also founded the arena where the national team is playing back in the days, like 100 years ago. So it's one of the oldest teams in Norway, basically. Yeah.
We are at the Bislett Stadium. The stadium is the ground of Lyn 1896 since 2010, after they went bankrupt.
I remember when we went bankrupt, like no one knew what to do. And then me and my friends, we went up to this 6th division in Norway, level 7 game. Took a car up there and to a random field, and there was like 1,000 people there. And middle of nowhere, storming the field. We had never played in these kind of pitches before. and it was such a good atmosphere. And
The supporters club called themselves Bastionen, also known as the Bastion, and the ultras called themselves Mac or Magistraten. They won 2 times the championship and won the Norwegian Cup 8 times.
it's been a lot of downs with Lyn, but the last couple of years it's actually begun up again, and now it's a derby that's crazy.
Besides immediately in the cup, this game hasn't been played for 15 years. Lyn vs Vålerenga, this derby now makes its return in the Norwegian Second League. This is seen as the true return of the Oslo Derby. The Norwegian FA actually decided to move the game to the National Stadium of Norway.
And then I start thinking about the match next year, if it happens, will be really, really big. And it sold like 25,000 tickets in 2 days.
The match is sold out, never happened before. The stadium is divided in two, 13,000 Lyn fans against 13,000 Vålerenga fans.
Yeah, definitely. The biggest game in Norway in level.
One side of Oslo against the other side of Oslo. So we are just fighting for the best club in Oslo.
Oh, it used to be like the hate derbies, of course, but I think Vålerenga has missed us a little bit as well, because they had their other derbies against Lillestrøm and other teams, but this is really a city derby. In the same city, people are from the same town.
The derby is a fight over local pride and having the bragging rights of Oslo. The differences between the clubs is in demographics, geography and football philosophy.
Lyn is kind of a team from like the west side of Oslo, and Vålerenga is the east side of town, like originally. This is not correct what I'm saying now, but when people generalize it, they say it's a little bit upper class against more working class.
Vålerenga is, you can say that they're trying to play a perfectionist football, like a little bit like Man City, inspired to play good offense, good with the ball, good possession.
We have like a Lyn philosophy. So the younger teams play a certain way, and they try to have that through all academies. They always want to play attacking football, and they want the possession of the ball, and and to be aggressive in their playing.
Lyn, they have just come back from the second division, more good organized, more defensive, very good team spirit.
Although it's been a long time and both teams met each other in the domestic league because they were in a different division. The derby is still intense in a good and bad way, whether it's about mixed families or clashes among fans. Also, this game is seen as a celebration of Norwegian football.
I have friends that support Vålerenga as well. Wish them good luck. Of course, we'll hate each other throughout the day, but at the end of the day, I think this is a celebration. At least for me, it's.
My grandfather, he was the director of Lyn.
Oh, really?
He's very against me supporting Vålerenga.
I grew up with these derbies. Like it was the craziest day of the year.
It will always be some people that are just for not the football or just to make fights or whatever, but in general the supporters are embracing that it's finally after 15 years the first derby.
After a match, I think it's going to be a little bit dangerous to just be around it. But before a match, it's probably safe.
So I don't have to like Vålerenga, but I like the derby and the tension and the excitement that gives.
The derby is over a century old. So far, there are 76 games that have been played. 34 games have been won by Lyn, and 24 games have been won by Vålerenga. And 16 games ended up in a draw.
My prediction is 4-1 to Vålerenga.
I think the atmosphere will be the wildest ever in Norway.
To say that, but I really don't care about the results. It's about the atmosphere. It's being at Ullevål, the national stadium, with Lyn. 2 years ago, we were playing level 4 teams in Norway, and to be at the Ullevål Stadium is just insane.
Well, I of course hope Lyn wins. Vålerenga should have the stronger team. They have like 4 or 5 times the budget that we have. So as of now, we are like the smaller teams of the two, and the expectations are as of that. But we'll see, you know, a game is a game, you never know what happens.
We are going like 10,000 Vålerenga supporters to Ullevål together.
We're now walking a bit ahead of the Corteo from Vålerenga fans. We're now walking up to the stadium. Today is a really long build up for 15 years. Let's see who got the best form today. Oslo have to wait for a long time, for 15 years for this derby, and fulfill all the expectations. This is a true derby. This is really underrated, and you really should visit it. It is so much noise, so many people chanting, singing. The build up to this game was a lot because people will walk to the stadium with a lot of fireworks, flares and singing. Also from Lyn, from Vålerenga. It was worth the wait. The derby that Oslo really needed for a long time. It was tremendous, and thumbs up to Vålerenga as well Lyn fans making that as a really great experience. So I hope this derby will be existing for a long time in the second or the first division. Doesn't really matter. Thumbs up for you, Bravo Oslo. This was the episode on the Battle of Oslo, also known as the Oslo Derby. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Do you know any other underrated football derby or rivalry we should cover in the future? Post them below in comments. See you at the next one.